Okay. Beta. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from.
Hey, what it is, you already know it is the big boss hog. Boss dog can't poke through the door. Here to talk this boxer before getting my soliloquy. Remember, tough times don't last, good people do. Don't off yourself. Call them in if I like, maybe it matter. Peak game. 84s on West Wayne. I want to talk about something that not a lot of people is talking about. Lamont Roach has been really celebrating since his draw against Devontae Tank Davis. And that's been alarming to me. The reason why it's alarming is because you're celebrating like you won the fight. And to me, I see a lack of focus. You know, I see him celebrating, and every time I cut on YouTube, he on this platform doing a podcast. He on this platform doing a podcast. He on TikTok celebrating. You know, he talking to this person. He on Instagram talking to this person. He on this like little press run. And he need to be training. Right? You fought to a draw. Now granted, you felt like you beat Tank. Cool. Okay? We're not talking about how you feel. We talking about what happened. Right? What happened was they felt like it was a draw. That's what the judges came up with. Regardless of Tank taking a knee, they felt like it was a draw. Right? So, due to the fact that the draw occurred, you need to be training to try to figure out, okay, what can I do better to make sure I can either knock Tank out or make it a one-sided beatdown, right? This dude don't even look like he training. He enjoying himself too much. But you see Tank, he in the gym training right now. You know what I mean? And Tank even said that after the fight. He was like, I'm going to immediately get back in the gym. I'm going to immediately get back to working because, I need to, work on my fundamentals. I need to get better. You know what I mean? I think it's more stuff Tank need to work on too. He need to get right with his corner. He need to cut them braids off, in my opinion. Go back to the taper, man. Go back to the Caesar. You know what I'm saying? And just come in on dog mode. That's what it is. But Lamont Roach, man, like he's celebrating too much. You know what I mean? I seen something on social media. He was like, I've been doing this. It's been working for me, so let me do me. And, y'all don't worry about me and all type of stuff. Bro, we trying to tell you that you don't need to be celebrating this. You need to be working, right? You getting in there again with a Tank, then cut your lights off, bro. And I get it. You done fought Tank many times in the amateurs. You fought him one time in the pros. You felt like you beat him, so you feel like I ain't worrying about him. But I'm here to tell you, you better worry about him. That's all I'm saying. Don't take no fighter lightly. You know what I'm saying? Although you may feel like you beat Tank, don't take him lightly. Because this dude can cut your lights off in a matter of a second. One punch, one slip up, one mistake, he gonna cut your lights off. You know what I mean? You did a very good job in the first fight. You was very fundamentally sound. You made sure that you was catching a lot of Tank's punches. You got caught with some shots, but you also got caught, on the glove and on the elbow, things like that in the first fight. You know what I mean? Very good game plan. I feel like Tank's game plan wasn't good. So in the second fight, you need to be trying to figure out, how can I improve? How can I get better as a fighter to make sure that, I make this a one-sided beatdown? And I think that, and me personally, I don't feel like Lamont Roach could do that. I feel like that was the best Lamont Roach that we're going to get. You know what I'm saying? So it's really depending on Tank to take care of business. Now, what Tank got to do is get his corner straight, right? He had too many people in his corner talking to him. He had Coach Kenny talking to him. He had Barry talking to him. He had the other coach talking to him. He had too many people talking to him, giving him advice. He needs one coach. So he got to make a decision, come fight night or in the camp, who he going to ride with. Coach Calvin, which I feel like personally that's what he need to ride with, is Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny, and bring in Mustafa Boxing. You know what I mean? I think Mustafa Boxing, if you don't know about him, go look him on YouTube. Very good boxing coach. You know what I'm saying? He's a Muslim, very devoted Muslim. but very knowledgeable on boxing. You know what I'm saying? And that brother right there, man, I think if Tank is able to add him to his camp, he'll help Tank on the defensive side as far as, being sharp and crisp. But Lamont Roach gotta focus, man. I just don't see. I don't feel like he focused. I feel like he's celebrating this too much. Tank working. You see Tank. You saw the little clips on the internet, on Instagram. Tank working, bro. You know what I mean? He working. He understands, man. I underperform. I underperform. I gotta get to it. I gotta step my game up. You know what I'm saying? So Lamont Roach need to be doing the same thing. Lamont Roach need to be coming up with game plans, brainstorming with his dad on how he can improve. What can I do to make this more one-sided? You get what I mean? Maybe get a little bit more active. Maybe, throw a little bit more punches. You know what I'm saying? Maybe look to set up shots more. Maybe look to use his feet just a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. But if he don't do that against Tank, I'm telling you, he going to sleep, bro. I'm picking Tank to beat him, right? Not by stoppage, but, I'm picking Tank to beat him by decision. But if he don't step his game up, he going to sleep. I'm just here to tell you right now, Lamont Roach need to lock in. He doing all his press runs. He telling people, oh, I got robbed. His dad talking too. Oh, yeah, he got robbed. Man, nobody trying to hear that stuff, bro. It was a draw. We deal with the facts. We don't deal with what you feel, right? So Lamont Roach need to get back to it and he step his game up and, formulate a game plan to basically beat Gervonta Tank Davis. Because if he don't, he going to be on the losing end of this. And all this press conferences and all this talking and all that going to be for nothing. I'm just being real with you. You know what I'm saying? So, if I was Lamont Roach, I wouldn't be doing no interviews. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss Gun.